just when it seemed like the Dallas Cowboys had a fighting chance, down 14-6 at halftime. In the third quarter, dooms them once again. The Philadelphia Eagles scoring 14 points that quarter, and the Dallas Cowboys scoreless in that quarter, leaving no room to look back at that fighting chance once again. The Dallas Cowboys falling in Week 10, 34-6, the final in AT&T Stadium, have now lost 4 straight home games since 2015. Dak Prescott's absence was felt from the start. A 3-and-out on the opening drive after the Cowboys won the toss and chose to receive. Their next possession, a fumble in the red zone. In the third possession, they settled for a field goal. From then on, that was the story of the game for this offense. In the first half alone, listen to this, Dallas on first downs, they ran 14 plays for 34 yards, averaged 2.4 yards per play and 2 turnovers. And the opportunities were there because the defense did their job. They got off the field on third downs, got the takeaways, held the Eagles' offense to just 2 touchdowns the entire first half. You don't play complimentary football, you don't win football games. And Mike McCarthy and 100% agreement on that.
It's unacceptable. Our last 2 home games, we've had 10 giveaways. You can't win games at any level like that. To be in there at halftime in a 1-score game and to go out there and turn that ball over 3 times, that's so we have to, we need to make some adjustments. Or I mean, it's the same thing happened to Detroit. The game gets away from you and you can't get back into it. So. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm sure, as I'm sure everybody is.
I'll say Dallas. Can you just talk about Cooper's game? There was not a lot down the field. What was obviously most things were close to the line of scrimmage. Was there not enough time to go down the field? You just talk about how he played and.
Well, I think it was, Evan. I think the game we wanted to play was the 15-play drive. And really just try to capitalize off our defense. Just like anything, you always feel like you have a good plan. The men have had a good weeks of work. We got the big turnover down there, tight in the red area, and didn't convert it to 7 points. But the 15-play drive and then turning the ball over, that was definitely a gut shot for us. But that's the game that I was trying to play. We had some shots down the field. But yeah, we didn't run it good enough, and we obviously didn't pass protect good enough. We didn't throw good enough. I didn't call plays good enough. But I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You can't win not taking care of the damn ball. I mean, you can't sugarcoat that anyway. 5 turnovers. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, totally. Defense was out there. They were balling versus very good offense, getting turnovers. They did their part, and we just left them out there to dry.
Clarence Hill, City, Dallas. Can you talk about the first fumble and what happened there, just the snap?
Just got to catch that. Got to catch it. Just dropped it, and that one hurt us for sure.
Did you think you had recovered it? He took it after you got under the pile?
I thought I had. I think I smoked pretty good, I guess, and that's when he took it. And, I got following it faster and catch the ball and start off stronger that way. But our defense, the whole first half with that mistake and everything else played so well, and so I was proud of them for that.
Cooper Todd Archer with ESPN. After Micah forced the fumble, you down there, 2nd and goal. You throw it to, I don't know if you throw it to Jake or CD in there. Can you kind of walk us through that? And do you think the sun played a factor in CD not being?
Yeah, I was throwing to CD. He's open over there, coming across the middle. I didn't see it. I threw and got hit. I didn't see what happened. Heard it was the sun. I don't know.
Cooper Rush did not complete any passes over 10 yards. He threw for 49 passing yards against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. He's now 5-2 in his starts, probably one of his worst starts out of his whole career. But was this loss the result of the Philadelphia Eagles just flat out playing the Cowboys, or was it just lack of execution from Rush in this offense? That's up next.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
Down go the Dallas Cowboys in AT&T Stadium, 34-6 the final. They're now 3-6 in the season. And much like week one, this Dallas Cowboys offense still struggling to find any sort of rhythm. 2.6 yards. That's the amount of yards the Dallas Cowboys averaged per play the entire game against the Philadelphia Eagles. It wasn't just the struggle to move the ball, though. It was the turnovers that couldn't have come at worse times. The second possession of the game, there's a bad snap. Rush fumbles, and the Eagles recover and go score a touchdown the very next drive. Second quarter, the Cowboys get a drive going and get to the Philly 6-yard line, and Ezekiel Elliott fumbles in the red zone. Cowboys came in -10 in turnover differential, but this was a nail in the coffin for the Cowboys.
So I think the main thing is taking care of the football. I think the defense did a great job going to get the ball. And offense, we didn't take care of it well enough.
Let's talk about that fumble, because that's the elephant in the room, so to speak. What happened on that play? Because I think they punched it out.
I think I gotta go back and look at it, but I think the guy just, he got his helmet on the ball. I think right there, I just gotta, go two hands or I can't. That's unacceptable. Fumble in the red zone is disgusting. It makes my stomach hurt. But yeah.
Zeke not shying away from the frustrations there. 5 turnovers on the day, including 4 lost fumbles with 146 total yards of offense. The Cowboys only converted 3 of 14 third down tries and were on 0 of 2 in the red zone. Only a few words CeeDee Lamb could use when asked about that performance.
It's very frustrating. We didn't score. It was terrible.
How do you all try to keep alive now with how hard things are going?
Excuse me. Prepare the right way. Practice hard. Come out on Sunday. Hoping to execute.
That play with you and Ferguson, a little bit of miscommunication.
Couldn't see the ball. Couldn't see the ball at all.
Was it the sun?
The sun. What?
In favor of Cousins?
Yes. 1,000%.
You talked to Barry about that.
I mean, y'all doing my job right now.
How tough was it to get going offensively tonight?
It's pretty bad. Obviously, we didn't get in the end zone. The defense did a great job of giving us a short field. We didn't score. I think we were inside the 5. So that's your answer right there.
Cooper came in the Atlanta game, had some really good throws.
Right.
The end zone for almost a touchdown.
Right.
What looked different when coming from him today?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you because I was running my route. To be honest, but as far as I don't think he was given the right opportunities as far as certain situations, certain plays. I feel like we could have been better in that area. Overall, we could be better.
Is that from what the defense did or what you guys are trying to call?
We just didn't execute on offense to the plays that were called.
Dallas came in recording the 3rd lowest success rate on first downs in the NFL. That's their lowest rate since 2016. That remains the same after Sunday's loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. But if you're looking for something a little positive, how about DeMarvion Overshown having a career day? I go one-on-one with him up next.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
They're going to have to come after him, disrupt him this time.
2nd and 20. Did they come after him again? Overshown, got him! Oh, it's a gigantic loss.
DeMarvion Overshown, the absolute tone setter in Week 10 for this Mike Zimmer defense. And despite the outcome, he and this defense did everything they could to give this offense a chance. 5 sacks, 2 takeaways in the first half alone. And when you look at DeMarvion Overshown in that first half, 8 total tackles, 2 sacks. He finished the day with 11 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for losses. So I caught up with him post-game to see what fueled that type of performance in the first half, and here's what he had to say.
Trying to get that bad taste out of our mouth. We know that the rest of the season is 1-0, crunch time. So we tried to fire off like that. Hook said it best. We got to come out and throw the first punches. We got to stop sitting back on our heels and letting teams just get comfortable and get going. So, and then having 11 back, you know, that'll light a fire under everybody. You know, the offense so much worried about him that it opens up a lot of opportunities for everybody. And, you know, for the most part, I was taking advantage of my opportunities.
Well, you kind of mentioned it where I wanted to go with this is you set the tone. You guys come in and hit the first punch, right? A run stop to open up the game. And you talk about Micah Parsons and what he brings and what he adds to this defense. What was that addition like?
Man, just knowing 11 and on the field, it's like it gives you a sense of confidence of, man, I can just play. I ain't got to worry about, you know, being the best player on the field, doing this and that, doing this and that. It just gives everybody the confidence of, man, all we got to do is play. We got 11 on the field. We know they got eyes on him. So, you know, that's one thing that I can take away from this loss, that having Micah Parsons on the field is a huge difference. He's an impact player, and you never know what's going to happen with him on the field. You specifically, I mean, you're so much fun to watch. 8 tackles today, 2 sacks. What drives you to just continue to play like you do? You know, I actually like explaining this question, even after coming after a loss. Yeah. You know, my love and passion for the game, I feel like is unmatched. And, you know, the way I play is something that you can't coach. And football has given me the opportunity to not only, you know, better myself, take care of myself, but, you know, take care of my family. And my family in the stands, family watching on TV. So anything to make them proud, you know, I'm going to do it. And, you know, playing like I play, the emotion, the fire, you know, just trying to get everybody to play like that, because football is supposed to be fun. Yeah, you want to win, but you gotta have fun with it, and you gotta really enjoy what you out there doing. So, you know, my game is basically, you know, played off of straight passion. The rest, now I just happen to be a good football player, but the passion and the love is what fuels me on game day. You can certainly see the passion on game days from you, but when you talk about Mike McCarthy, something that he preaches all the time is complementary football. And when you look at the numbers, the offense just 2.6 yards per play, 4 fumbles, 11 first downs. You guys, though, 5 sacks, 2 takeaways, like I mentioned. When that complementary football does not happen, what does that do for this defense? I think it pushes us to want to be better. You know, yes, that's a good performance, but now we got to take that as a step of, okay, what can we do to be better? Yeah. What can we do to help our offense out? And that's, okay, if they fumble 4 times, let's get them the ball back 4 times. And just things like that. It's never going to be a perfect day for any side of the ball, and it's going to be games where we need them to cover for us. So, you know, we just got to get back into the lab of, you know, no matter what's going on, we got to be the defense on the field that's going to get the ball back to our offense no matter what they're doing. This was another game, the third quarter got the best of you guys. What is it about the third quarter that you guys have the most struggles doing? I think just coming out and expecting adjustments from the offense and the other team. You know, knowing that we playing lights out in the first half, we got to be prepared for them to come out with different adjustments. And when they make adjustments, we got to be on the adjustment. We can't take a whole quarter, you know, to make those adjustments. So just coming out, you know, the fire there, we definitely, you know, coming out knowing that we got to win this third quarter, but now we got to put it on tape that we can do it. You know, just putting the words out there and no action, that don't mean nothing. So we got to put on tape that we can play in the third quarter. You talk about the fire being there, 3-6 now in the season. How do you build on that and moving forward? You forget the 3-6. Yeah. You got to look at it as 0-0 every week, and you got to end that week as 1-0. The 5 sacks in the first half tied for the highest sack total in first half of any Cowboys regular season game in the last 25 years. All right, Mike Zimmer, still more. Mike Zimmer of defense talks up next. Is the 7-11 duo back in full form?
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
From a yard out, he ran it in, pushed it across, I should say. Here he's looking to the end zone, and oh, what a breakup! Did he catch it? Did he pick it? Oh my goodness! Diggs comes away with the football.
Jalen Hurts thinking that he had Dallas Goedert to win his one-on-one matchup against Trayvon Diggs. I mean, absolutely not. Did you see that denial? Nasty work. Diggs with the first red zone takeaway since Jordan Lewis forced a recovered fumble at San Francisco in 2023. That was also Diggs' first interception since week 1 of the season at Cleveland, his 20th of his career. And have a day, Micah Parsons. His first game back since his ankle injury in Week 4. The Lion feasted with 2 sacks.
Honestly, it felt great, you know. I felt the energy on the sidelines different. Being back with the guys different. You could tell that, you know, guys felt the energy that I was bringing. But, you know, I just wanted to bring some juice to the team. And I felt for the most part, defense played a pretty good game.
Overshown was saying that you guys came in on defense saying you knew with a backup quarterback in the game you're going to have to give it everything you got to me. Was that the mentality going in? Did you feel that way too?
You know, I felt like we just had to get our best because we know this is a rival game. Jalen Hurts, that offense is so explosive with the weapons they have. But, you know, I think the mindset was, man, to kill them birds, really. Like I said, I believed in Cooper Rush. I didn't care who was at quarterback. You know, our defense, we got to do our job regardless.
Marvion said that you provided the spark. You and him flying around and getting some things done. It lifted the whole defense. Talk about that.
Yeah, man, that's little bro, man. You know, I had to sometimes. You know, I told Zim, I said, sometimes you got to let a pit bull go. But sometimes you got to know when to leash him back up. So, you know, as I'm getting a little older, but still being wild, pit bull, I got to leash him up sometimes. You know, he wants to give it all. He got like a true warrior spirit, man. I think eventually I might want to hop back and play linebacker again just so I can play with him. You know, I love the energy he brings. He's such a special, I don't even want to say kid because he played like a grown man. You know, but, you know, he's somebody I hope I played with for a long time.
I think I speak for everyone when I say I want to see that duo playing linebacker together. But this defense as a whole played very well. Held the Eagles to 36% on third downs, holding Saquon Barkley to just 66 yards in the secondary. 161 passing yards allowed. A long day, though, for Kalen Carson in the first half alone. You look at the numbers. He was targeted 6 times, allowed 5 catches for 67 yards, and got called for defensive holding. It was a rough day in the offense for Kalen Carson and a rough day in the office for this Cowboys team as a whole. We take a look around the NFC East up next here on Cowboys Flashback.
To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, an NRG company.
The Dallas Cowboys fall in Week 10 to the Philadelphia Eagles, 34-6 the final in AT&T Stadium. It left a lot of frustrations from this team, but specifically Cowboys owner and GM Jerry Jones. Take a listen.
Last 2 games here, we've had 5 turnovers each game. We played a team. It was a good team out there today. We've got some more of them to play too. But you can't win games turning the ball over 5 times. So that's what we've got.
Gary, is this frustrated as you've been with the team in this situation?
Well, I'm frustrated like everybody else is, but since I had a lot to do with what we're seeing, then it's the proper frustration as far as I'm concerned. That we're just not playing in a way, especially when you play a team that is the caliber of teams that we're playing out here. And Philadelphia is a high caliber team, and we're not up to them. And that's troubling. And we've got to look at all the things that have happened. But I'll just say this right now, 5 turnovers over the last 2 games. And I don't know what we're drinking in the third quarter as we come out, but it's not working.
Jerry, can you confirm that Dak will have season-ending surgery?
I won't know because we're still evaluating him.
Well, the Cowboys not the only team facing some issues in Week 10. Week 10, not the best week for the NFC East at all, well, aside from the Philadelphia Eagles, of course. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they converted on a 4th and 1 and run the clock out on the Washington Commanders. The Commanders falling in Week 10, 28-27, the final on Sunday. Then there's the Giants, of course, who fell to the Carolina Panthers 20-17, leading now the race for the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Well, the Cowboys' losing streak continues, now putting a big fat question mark on their postseason, and that's Thanks to Philly, of course. And by the way, here's some cool numbers. Since 1990, only 5% of teams have made the playoffs that have started 3-6. That's 8 of 161 teams since 1990. You heard that correctly. Well, where did the Cowboys even start? It seems like the questions continue to emerge week after week, and the Cowboys have still struggled to find some answers. Hopefully, it's a different story in Week 11. They have the Houston Texans up next in a Monday Night Football game. They're the leaders of the AFC South, even with the loss to the Lions in Week 10. It'll be a good one. Grab your popcorn, everybody. It's going to be a good one.